Welcome back to another video. It is time to get working on the Suburban again. I've been driving it around, been a little rough, just trying to figure out what exactly is going on with it, what it needs, start picking through things. Currently, the biggest issue is it runs horrible. I actually had a problem with it the other day where the back roll-up window would not roll up all the way and it would not seal. Driving home about an hour, all the exhaust fumes came back in the truck. I ended up getting carbon monoxide poisoning and I wasn't coherent enough to make the choice to shut the truck down. And I did stop, try to fix the window. I should have just shut it down there, but I didn't. I ended up pushing all the way through, making it all the way home, and by the time I got home, I was just able to get the truck into the driveway and ended up falling down the stairs and everything else. So anybody else that has any type of exhaust leaks or anything like that, or notice that your vehicle is starting to smell inside of it, please shut it down. Just shut it down. Call somebody, get picked up, something, because it wasn't good. And it took me a few days to actually start feeling better, but now that I'm feeling better, I actually spent the whole day yesterday and past couple days redoing the garage. I ended up buying a new toolbox just because I ran out of space. There's the old one. That was only a little 48 incher or 44, I think. I ended up buying the 72 because originally that's the one I wanted. Couldn't get a hold of one. So I finally upgraded. Built some shelving around it, finally got all my stuff organized, bought a bunch of helmets, just because we'll get back to working on the KTM soon. The Harley, that needs some work, and my buddy Jason actually just bought a bike. 2009, I think, Triumph Thruxton 900. Beautiful bike, got a little cafe racer style to it. Love it. We're gonna end up doing some work to that too. Just some little maintenance things and tuning it. The throttle's a little wonky on it, but apparently that's for the emissions and that's stock. It just needs to be cleaned up just so it's not so on off. All right, anyways, let's get back to the Suburban. First thing we're gonna do is start working on the tailgate, get that rear window sealed up, and then we will go through tuning it up. I already did plugs, air filter, stuff like that. Cap, rotor, new wires, that's a big thing that's got to go on first. Get into it. I'm gonna go start the Suburban and I will show you it's once it's warmed up, it actually starts amazing. Like, you kind of just look at the key and the thing is started and it runs. I don't really even think I know of a newer vehicle that starts as nice as this, but when it's cold it does not like to start. And as you can see, I had to pull the handle out. Alright, so as you can see, I already had all this apart. I took it apart when I was trying to drive it home. I did stop, try to get it all rolled up. Didn't work. But first thing I'm going to have to do is roll this window back out so I can get to all the pieces inside here. Well, I wasn't recording, but the whole window just popped out. Apparently everything's just falling apart on it. Looks like these are all seized up and not rolling around. I'm going to try and break them loose and lube them up and kind of just run it for now, because I know I still need to get these pieces. The inner one is part of that. I'll have to get the outer one to seal this up so nothing keeps getting inside there. I just need to get the handle. So this is the piece that actually broke. This whole thing just kind of shattered and broke apart. This can go up against the Harley. Oh yeah, I got a new dent in the Harley. I had it up center stand and he went and pushed it forward to take it down. Ended up dropping the bike, dented the tank, smashed my fender. Fender was all the way into the wheel, but no big deal. The Harley's kind of old, beaten anyways. Not really beaten, but just, it's getting old. You know, it's got plenty wrong with it. Really didn't hurt my feelings at all. So as you can see here, this is the piece that broke off. So as I was going through it a little more, I actually realized there was a whole lot more broken in here than I thought. The lock mechanism seems to be okay. I don't see anywhere that it was actually broken off in here. This inside part here is totally trashed. I was able to get the piece out, and it turns out it's this whole thing. Really don't feel like I'm gonna be able to source this one from a parts store around here. Always worth a shot. So I was able to find the parts on Amazon. I ended up buying the lock and key cylinder with the new paw spring and all that. That'll be here tomorrow, and then the outer crank piece, which will all come in 2 days, so better than nothing, I guess. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting on those parts, I might as well start sealing up the rest of the cab, or cab, body, truck, Suburban, yeah, whatever. Start with that grommet there. Turns out that hole is way bigger than I thought. Not way bigger than I thought, but the biggest one I have in the kit is way too small. I do have these that came out of the truck. They don't really have a lip or anything like the grommet does, as you can see there. I'm gonna take this, find one that fits in there, seal that up. Ooh, that fit nicely. There's no real lip for it to kind of stay in there. I'm just gonna clean this up. I know I have some silicone. Silicone will work fine, for now at least. Actually, I had some black RTV, so that actually works perfect. And voila, sealed. I ended up just pulling the whole window regulator out because it was a little jacked up. It wasn't working right. Rollers, I realized they're just junk. They got flat spots. This one's flat spotted and cracked, and this just isn't smooth anymore. It's an 85. What do you expect? I ordered the parts. That's all gonna stay out for now. Continue on sealing the rest of the truck. Let's get up to the front and start digging through it and finding more holes. I did find one hole here. Obviously, I found the bolt too. So I was able to find a grommet that actually fit in there perfectly. So that's one less hole. Let's keep going. That's quite a big hole. All right, so I was able to push it through. Definitely need to find something that'll seal that there. So I looked at the schematic, couldn't find anything. Just tried looking up brake pedal grommets, came up with brake pedal bushings. You can get a kit from, I think it was Dorman, I ended up ordering, with a few different sizes for like $9. As you heard before, when I was trying to start the truck, it was kind of a pain in the butt. The carburetor's not tuned right. As you've seen in the last video, all the air pump and emissions and all that other garbage out of here that we didn't need. It's breaking up anything past like 3/4 throttle. I've run plenty of new clean fuel through it. I got some new MSD 8.5mm wires, new cap, or that's the new rotor, and new cap. I've also had quite a few issues throughout life with these old Chevys and burning spark plug wires. So I did get some insulators for the wires. Bought a new vacuum gauge, so then we can tune a carburetor to everything there too. I had to put a riser on it because the air filter I have is too deep. It was hitting the top of the distributors. Pop, pop, top comes off. These contacts are a little burnt up, corroded. Not too bad, I've definitely seen way worse. The tip of this is pretty yucky. My buddy had an S10 one time. I don't know how it managed to do this. It pretty much had a couple of the bolts missing. The cap was leaning. The rotor was cutting into the cap, and it had like a slight misfire. Like, it still ran pretty damn good. To this day, I still don't understand it. As you can see, we just removed the top cap. That was just 3 bolts on the side there. You have 4 here, but you have your wires and everything here. Those just slide out, no problem. That should just slide up like that. And then you have your pin. So we have our new button here. I guess button, I don't know what else really to call that. This little connector here. Drop that in like so. But we have everything there. I have a new one for that. Drop that on there. This will just pop right back on. Yeah, so that's a little loose, and that would definitely be an issue with timings. I'm sure that's why, partially why it was breaking up and being rich and everything else too. Last night we ended up getting, well, I ended up getting the air filter back on and the plug wires all put back together. And then I realized that I should probably adjust the valves before I go through the timing and everything like that. Ordered new valve cover gaskets. Also, the bushings came in for the brake pedal to seal around where the brake booster rod is, or the brake pedal rod. These, as you can see, way too small to fill in what's going on there. Another, whatever. Anyways, so I ended up finding this, and that's exactly what I need, and that will go between the brake booster and the firewall in there. Again, waiting on more parts. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you on the next video.